Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Wide Open. I'm your host, Ashlyn Harris. We're so happy to have you. Today's guest is someone who you guys are all going to be excited to hear from. She has built an entire career around being unapologetically herself. Michelle Buteau is a comedian, actress, producer, author, creator of Survival of the Thickest, podcaster host, mother of twins, wife, proud New Yorker, and also just one of the funniest, warmest, cool people we know out there today. But underneath it all the laughs, she's a woman who spent years challenging the idea of what women need to do to shrink themselves just to belong. She's been open about fertility, motherhood, body image, relationships, and creating a space for communities that don't always see themselves reflected in mainstream media. Today, we're talking about identity, confidence, parenting, New York, queer allyship, and why joy might be one of the most powerful acts of resistance we have. Michelle, welcome to Wide Open. They said, we want to see it all.
Okay, Riverside. Where are you from? Where are you from?
I plead the fifth. You don't want to know.
Okay. All right.
She was born in, let's say she was born in Florida. She wasn't raised there.
Okay. South, north?
Central. Kennedy Space Center. I was a NASA baby.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was always out to space, honey.
Okay.
But yeah, I left very early to play soccer, so I kind of have been all over the place. I've played a lot of my career in New York, a lot of my career in DC, some in Europe, and 5-6 years I went back home to Orlando to kind of play in front of my homies and my family to kind of, tie a bow on the career and keep it pushing.
Right. What feels like home, though?
I really love it here. New York, LA, I kind of, I flirt between both. But I really love it here. And my kids love it here. We're doing it all.
Oh, good.
My yummy little babies, they're just a big fan of, there's just so many possibilities here. We're never bored. They can see themselves in so many different communities. In Florida, we stick out like a sore thumb, so we'll just say that.
Yeah.
We're checking all the boxes in Florida.
Oh yeah, I get it. I overstand. I mean, if it's not New York, I overstand, honey. Because if it's not New York, my husband's from Holland. It would be Amsterdam.
Yes.
Because Amsterdam's the only other place that I feel safe, like truly safe walking down the street at night. And, most of my queer friends and trans friends, they're like, that is the only other city I feel safe walking down the street. That's a big deal.
That is a huge deal. I know. This we got some work to do. We got to roll our sleeves up a little bit. We need to take back democracy, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, we do. It's been on my Christmas list for like 30 years.
30 years. This America is really a scary one, but any day now, one more cheeseburger. We'll hope for the best.
Thank God for us.
But I'm so happy you're on this week's episode. Everyone, welcome back to another episode of Wide Open. I forgot to even kick it off. You make me laugh too much and a little nervous, which is a sexy sign. So, Michelle, welcome to the show, honey.
What's up? Oh my God, that is so cute.
I love it. You know what? Honestly, what I'll say, Michelle, is after I just had to get a school lesson from Sophia about all your highlight reels, and I had to rewatch like a student every single one of your stand-up specials. It's not that you're just funny because you're absolutely hilarious, but you're so warm. You can feel it through the television. You can feel it through this podcast. You are just so warm.
Oh, thank you.
And I think what separates you, because I'm just giving you my perspective. is you don't sit on comedy that tears people down. You actually make people feel seen. And it's such a beautiful light and gift to give so many people, because I do feel like we lose the plot a little bit when we're just ripping on majority queer community or
Yeah,
racist jokes. I'm like, we're over it. We're tired of it. We're gonna have to dig a little deeper for a little more material. But
truly.
you talk about body image, you talk about your fertility process, motherhood, relationships, race, identity, queer community, and you do it with such joy, and I respect that so much, and it is really your superpower. So congratulations, honey.
Thank you so
Not like
much.
my opinion really matters that big, but
It does.
just a
It
wee
does.
bit, just a wee bit.
No, it does. No, it really does. And that's the thing. Like everyone matters. Like everyone matters. And I feel like so many people, not just in comedy, but this is like a very dangerous time where like politics and comedy are
Mm,
like way too combined. Like,
yeah.
are come on, like, are you a leader or a terrible manager? What are we doing? You can't
Yeah.
just drop some toxic ass shit when you are supposed to be the example, the shining example, and just say, "But I was joking," because it's not funny.
Yeah.
If you are joking and it's a joke, make it funny. And I think that goes for politics and comedy, because it's like, what are
Yeah.
we doing? And I feel like it's just so easy to be mean. It's
Mhm.
so easy to punch down. It's so easy to hate. What happens if you like dig a little deeper
Mhm.
and realize your words have power, especially with comedians? Like, you inform culture.
Oh,
So,
main characters, main
make care, you know what I
character
mean? Like,
energy. Yes.
just do that. Just be there. But I honestly, the scene of comedy right now feels like COVID all over again. Like the way I lost family members with COVID that didn't
Mm.
believe in science.
Oh, don't even get me
You know
started.
what I mean? Is how like the friends are dropping like flies in the comedy community, because I'm like, it's not funny.
Mm-mm.
It's just it's mean, it's dangerous, and it's lazy. And
Yep.
so I always challenge people, privately or publicly, to just try and make it funny. You got a story,
Mhm.
great, but just because someone's gay is not the butt of the joke.
No,
And
it's not.
just because someone's a woman, that's not the
Mm-mm.
joke. So what are you trying to say?
I love that. I love that about you. But I gotta ask. I gotta turn back the time a little bit.
Oh shit.
Oh shit, we're gonna go there. Because like what like have you always carried this light and this comedy and this joy to kind of, it's such a creative artistry, and you have to be really smart. Like I am looking at you connect the dots when you're on stage, and even bringing the audience with you. It's so quick. It's like improv a lot. Like you got to have some sauce. It's not easy. I'm like, but where did you always have this, or you were like, "Up today, I'm gonna be a comedian. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna own this stage. I'm gonna be in scripted and unscripted and all the things." Like, what
Yeah.
got you here?
I mean, that's a great question, because it's hard to sleep. My mind going, be going. And I wish I knew back in the day what my superpower was, because I just thought I talk too much. I'm too much. I make too much eye contact. I compliment people too much. I really love people down. Oh no, they think I was flirting with them. I'm not. I just love you. And then I
Mm,
realized, like, oh my God, people are not used to people being nice to them and loving on them in such a genuine way. They think I want something from them. And then I realized that's a little misogynistic. Now you're just saying women are here for what purpose?
yeah.
Go. So it was really a journey to figure out who I am in public, like how I can be me, and that it doesn't matter how people receive me. Like, I have to give them the love that I have. But I'm the only child. I went to 3 different high schools, 2 different grade schools. So like, I had to go in the
Dang.
room
Mhm.
with a big smile and a hello and a handshake, and that's just with the teacher.
Mhm.
So, I think that kind of helped serve me just get on the stage and be like, whatever happens is going to be fun. But, I talk about the story a lot because and I don't, and I have more than one story, but I think it's very important to get the story out here. Like, I wasn't this confident, like out the gate. Society has told me and still tells us a bigger
Mhm.
body is not worthy, is not lovable, is not fashion, is not, whatever it is. And then, I wanted to be a journalist, like a Mary Hart, like a John Tesh, an entertainment reporter. And I had a college professor tell me I was simply too fat to be on camera.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I believed him because I didn't see anyone like me. I was like, oh, I guess that'll be hard. But this is also why I'm such an advocate for the way we speak to children. Like, just please be like a little empathetic. Just whatever was put on you, can you not put that on them? And that's why I feel like Joan of Arc at the playground. I'm like, like it's like, my husband's like, don't tell people how to parent. I'm like, I'm telling people how to love. So I'm like radical with that shit. But it was still such a great journey to like figure out who I was and come back with the slow simmer of production. But everybody, I was editing and field producing local news, and everybody that was my writer or producer, they were like, hey, this is a lot for a dark room to edit back. You
gotta go.
Yeah. And I was like,
you gotta go.
I thought I just needed a window. You think I should get on stage? And so it was a lot. Yeah. And it was a lot. And I realized that it's just enough. So and the more I was on stage, like the more like, you know, the way I am with my friends, like the more I was able to like harness that on stage. I'm like, oh, the more people laughed. I was like, why am I code switching with a 2-trick minimum? This is not a job. Like, you gotta be out here doing your thing. And so I realized the more I was just authentically myself, the better the set was. The more people asked me to do shows, comedy shows, TV shows, hosting. And I'm just like, oh, I'm going to lean into what this is because it's me.
Yes. I love that about you because it is so incredibly personal. Like, I find that you are so vulnerable and you're so open and you're so honest about your experiences, your fertility, your family, about how women feel the need in this society to shrink literally right now.
Yeah.
It's like everyone is getting so like frail and body positivity is really fucking moonwalking backwards. I'm just like, y'all. But I am curious because you flirt between making people laugh and making people feel seen. I want to know which one's harder for you because it's not, the sweet spot is not as easy as what people make it out to be. And I think because you're incredibly personal and vulnerable, people love that truth. They see themselves in your performances and your bits and everything. It's just like, it's magic. And when you fucking land it, you should own it. And I love that you own it. You don't minimize yourself. You don't shrink yourself. Like, I love the way you take up space. It should be a sweet message to every little girl out there, no matter what they look like, shape, size, color. Like, we are so quick to shrink as women.
Yeah.
We have to fucking stop it. And you are a beautiful example of that. And I'm grateful of it.
Thank you. And I realize, you know, my mom, just not my, but like everybody, I don't want to put like stuff on my mom because she did the best she can and she's amazing. But like, we are all shrinking for the male gaze, for our male ego, for the patriarchy.
Well, I'm not, honey.
You're not. We're not. You know what I mean? But that's why, like, we're like not laughing as loud, or not like raising our hand to pitch that idea, or you know, whatever that is. And I'm just like, why? I have 1,100 other ideas in 5 seconds. Why? And it's sort of just like at this point, it's sort of like holding in a fart. I can't do it, and I feel better when I let it out. Okay, we all feel better.
Where does that confidence come from?
You know, I think it's a couple of things. I think it's my parents definitely loving me, like loving me no matter what, and them also loving people, and I get to see what those examples look like. You know, my parents were strict. They're Catholic. You know, I'm first generation. They're from other countries. So like, I get the whole, like, try not to get pregnant in high school.
Okay.
You know, like, I get that. But like, everything else was like, does it make you happy? Does it fulfill you? You know, can you pay your bills? Do you feel like a good person at night? So there's always like, you know, I feel like you really can't have a true creative compass without a moral compass.
Oh, I love that. It's beautiful, and it's so
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
What does it mean to you now, like taking up space? Like what as you've gone through some shit. You've gone through life. You have this beautiful family, you have these beautiful twins. You talk about so often. Like what does it mean taking up space to you now that probably was much different when you were a young girl?
Yeah. I mean, taking up space now feels like my kids are looking at me. And so I need to be that example for them. My friend Jordan
Oof.
Carlos told me when before I had kids, he's like, when you have a kid, you're going to have to learn how to parent yourself. And I was like, I know how to be busy all over. Like, I didn't understand what he was saying. I was like, Advil and a Gatorade, what you mean? But
Uh-huh.
I'm like, oh, they're looking at me and I better step up and do the right thing. And I always was anyways, but just in a different way. And it's interesting because even though they don't admit it, I know that they're watching and I know that it affects them. Yeah, those are core memories when you see your mama and your papa doing the right thing. Oh, baby,
Mhm.
that's
Well,
everything.
yeah, but it's also like as moms, I think we're consistently learning and unlearning things about ourselves. It's
Hmm.
really fucking humbling. Like,
Oh,
you
yes.
think you got your shit together and you become a mom and they humble you quickly.
Oh, trust.
Oh. And
Trust.
you've been so open about, your children and your fertility. Why was that so important for you to speak publicly about?
I have such a beautiful network of like close friends, day ones and plus ones, and this peripheral circle of like, Hollywood and comedy. And I still felt so alone. And I'm like,
Mm.
if I have the resources, the access to therapy, to friends, to a great partner who's always there to listen, and I still feel so alone. I'm like, how does somebody else feel? How does somebody else feel when, infertility is something that like we haven't even like fully figured out? This was
Mhm.
like over 10 years ago, and you need money to get answers and you don't have that money, and people are so quick to judge you, make you feel shitty. Like people have told me like you should lose weight and you should work less, and you know they really try to put all this stuff on you, and I'm like, unless you have a degree on your wall, don't tell me shit. And even then I'm getting a second opinion, you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
exactly.
So like
Exactly.
I thought, oh, this is like one of those times like I can't suffer silently. And
Mm-mm.
so the more the more I spoke about it, like the better I felt. And then like and I also felt very less alone hearing everybody else's stories. And like even now at the playground, parents will come up to me and share their story with me.
Yeah.
About IVF or miscarriage or a surrogate. And I'm like, this is what it is. Let's keep it
Mhm.
going.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's also beautiful, I'll say this, your allyship to be able to talk about
Yeah.
these things because it doesn't affect just queer people. Fertility, surrogacy, all of these things
Yeah.
they think is a like often a gay issue.
Yes.
And it's like nice when couples talk about it and they're like, "No, but me too."
Yeah.
And like if you're fighting for your family to have all these rights, we should all be fighting together. And you've made that very, very clear with the way you I was watching your special and you were like, "Yeah, I have twins. One's a boy, one's a girl." Well, as of now until they make their own decision.
Yeah.
Like even that you might not see the impact, but like to even hear someone say that, the importance of people hearing it who might be in the middle of podunk fucking Central America. I don't know. But
Yeah.
it really changes the way they show up in the world and their acceptance. And like it's really powerful and impactful to have your allyship, to even be mindful in the way you raise your children. It's fucking cool to watch.
Thank you so
Like
much.
kudos, mama. Stay tuned. I'll be back in just a moment after this brief message from our sponsors. I need to ask this question because my
Yeah.
kids humble me. Some of the shit they say. The other day I told my son he could. Okay, so we try to pretend for our kids to try new things. Like, I'm a Southern girl. I grew up with Southern grandparents, Alabama and Georgia. Both of
Oh,
my
wow.
families are from. So, like, I'm a cornbread girly. And if you're not, I don't know if I can trust anyone who doesn't like cornbread. So I make cornbread for the family this weekend. And my kids are like looking at me like, I'm like, it's cake bread. Mama
Yeah.
made you a cake. She wants you to try it.
Yeah.
Now my son is waking up every day being like, I want cake bread. And I go, this is not a morning snack. This is not, we don't get 6:30 in the morning. He comes poking, Mama, I want cake bread. I said,
You
baby,
know,
you can't have cake bread at 6:30 anymore. He goes, you're not my best friend. He hit me with the, you're not my best friend anymore.
why did they do that?
It cuts deep.
It really does. Like, you know, this homemade waffle was meant for Saturday mornings. You know, not for threatening Tuesdays.
It really is.
It's a lot.
Do your kids get after you like that or no?
100%. If y'all saw the way my kids talk to me, you'd be like, is Michelle okay? And then like I keep getting and I think my phone hears that the stuff they say to my freckled face, because then my phone keeps sending me like Instagram keeps sending me memes of just like kids will say the crazy shit to you when they're comfortable with you, and I'm like,
oh fuck yeah,
keep telling me, because I'm like, you know, what's the best part of like your day with me? And they're like, we love how chaotic you are. And I'm like, okay. Okay. And I'm like, but what about the things the songs I sing? No, you really don't know how to sing. We just pretend we're asleep, so you stop. And I'm like, okay.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, my kid, I'll come over and I'll give them a hug and kiss, and they'll be like, dang, Mom, your breath stinks.
Oh, the breath is the breath is like all the, I mean, I wrote a joke about it because my daughter was just like, your elbows look old. And then I looked at my elbows. I was like, she's not wrong. They look haunted.
She is
they
right.
Look haunted.
This is the only one not covered with tats, so I don't even know.
I need some tats because I was like, this looks like an elephant's asshole.
No, I left a little nub there.
Oh, good for you.
So true though.
I mean, brutal.
Humbling these children. They're trying to take us out left and right. Here we are.
Oh my God.
But to be able to do both is something that people don't talk about often. And I think you're doing just that. It's like the way you show up, the way you mother, the way you parent, the way you do your job is like really important to see, because when you're focusing on one, it's taking from the other. And I'm curious of like, what did people not tell you about motherhood that now you're like, damn, I wish someone would have told me more about that? Because we are parenting very differently than our parents did.
Yeah.
Which is a both and.
Yeah, I think I had to figure out how to give myself grace, because I'm like, how am I supposed to know what to do in something I've never done before? And I'm like, I don't know I've never done this before. So how do I know? And I think in my mind, I'm like, I'm just going to do all the things I wanted my parents to do that they didn't do. And I'm like, oh, it's so much more than that, because I am me and they are them. They are their own people. And then we're living in this time, not that time. I'm like, oh, shit. And they're twins and I'm the only child. And so there's like this natural competition that happens where I'm just like, we're only in competition with ourselves. Okay. And every time they want to get to it, I'm like, no, say something nice. Say something. I'm so worried about like them not liking each other. But they love each other down and they're best friends. And they sound like an old married couple, you know? Like Hazel the other day for sure said something like, those were the days. And I'm like, what in the Archie and Edith is going on? They're so sweet. But I didn't know, like I was like, what do I ask for in a situation I've never been in? Because people are like, well, you gotta call on your people and ask for help. I'm like, with what? You know, and I really appreciate a friend or a cousin that comes in and just knows what I need without me knowing. Like, get that countertop, get that dishwasher, take the kid outside. Like, thank you for just coming in and knowing. And so, again, it's that like sort of example of like just showing up with hot egg and cheese sandwiches, like at any time of day, just knowing. So, yeah, I think it's that. I also didn't know how many jobs we'd have, like legit,
damn,
like a hairdresser, a cook, like,
Cleaner,
a cleaner,
a negotiator.
I mean, Sam Jackson, move over. I'm
Move
gonna
over.
negotiate them down. Like,
oh, now you would think Honey is a stripper. I go and I get stacks of ones. I laid it out on the table this morning. Mama is in the, you know what? You misbehave. Mama's taking that dollar bill and she is putting it in her own piggy bank, because if you're not going to act correct, you're not going to get to buy your toys that you want. So now I'm in the allowance thing. Yes. So when I start removing that dollar bill, the sheer terror that comes on their face, they are like ready to march in place, in line. Let's go. Bath time, boom. Eat your protein, boom. Everything is about allowance right now. I'm like,
oh my God. I've done that a couple of times. They get in line like a Beyonce dance. I'm like,
okay. For a week. It's working right now. Let's see how long it'll last. We know this. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. Like, manners and just empathy is like the biggest. And I'm always like, is this enough? And then we like get in public and I see people that are assholes. I'm like, oh, we're doing good.
We're doing good. We're doing all right.
We're doing all right. We're doing pretty good. Because, yes,
Oh, I die. Okay, for real. Back to queerness, back to pride, back to all the things that you're just doing for our community. I just want to know, because Survival of the Thickest has so much queer representation, is that on purpose?
Yes.
Is it like, it's just the thought process? Because it's so major and it's so beautiful. I'm just curious, like, why? What makes, like, I just want to pick your brain or maybe live in it a little bit. I don't know, probably both. So I want to ask, because it is so important and it's really impactful and powerful. And I appreciate it. And so I want to really talk about it, because we'll never get to where we need to be without allyship, without people bringing us along the way and supporting us.
Yeah. I'm just going to say words because so many things are going through my head right now. When I was editing local news, I remember I had a manager tell me, anytime you're doing B-roll or if like anything, frivolous, he's like, try and always show Black people because we never see them. He was an older Black man, Louis Pimenta, if he's still alive, rest in power. Or if he's still alive, also, I hope you're resting.
Yeah.
He worked a lot. But he's like, just trying to show Black people not being arrested, not doing a perp walk, not, with a mugshot. And that stuck with me. I was like, oh my God, yes. Now I'm looking at video that we're putting out and that I'm editing. And I'm like, we're not represented at all. And I'm like, this, unless there's a crime happening. And then I started watching movies and looking at the background. I'm like, this is so disturbing. And then I couldn't enjoy movies the same. And I'm like, how come no one's taking it upon themselves? And I was like 19 or 20 when I started editing. And, it is on purpose to have so much queer representation in the show because that is the world. Because those are my friends. And that is my New York. So when Netflix does something so amazing and says, Michelle, let's option your book, you create a world. I'm like, I'm going to create my world. I'm going to create my Sex in the City, my friends. And guess what? There's Black, there's brown, there's fat and queer people. There's people that are transitioning. There's people having those conversations. Everybody changes. And thank God for that. And like, and everyone's like, how you got so many queer friends? Because I have friends. And like, me and these bitches, we talk about it all the time. Like 25 years ago, everybody had a secret. Everybody felt shameful, this, that, and the third. And that's my friend's journeys. And it was like, and it was so fucked up and sad when we go to the movies or a TV show. And like, not one of us could see ourselves. Not one of us saw our story. And I was like, oh, if I ever get the chance, I'm going to tell the stories that have affected me the most, that I love the most, that I feel like could heal the best. But then also have that representation be behind the camera, because that matters too. Because I've been on both sides of the camera and it's, it's so important not to be a resume snob because everybody else is getting on. When you talk about being grandfathered and all this shit and how we're not set up for success and we never wore, that's the fuck. This is still the thing that's happening. Yep. So like if someone has all the hours and all the things to do the next thing to get paid and to really secure the bag for their future, and do it. And so we were so grateful to have the opportunity. When I say we, I mean like my crew. Over 70% of my department heads were female and or queer. And it really was like on some Barbie shit where we were like walking around and it's like, this is the world we want to see, because I'm sorry, everything is not skinny, white, and privileged. It's just not.
No, and it's not it. No.
And straight. We're not all here to like make sure all these old men find us a joke. Who gives a fuck about these old men?
We're very colorful and joyful on this side. So
yes,
that is our biggest resistance for all these straight white men.
Always.
Oof, always.
And like, look, I saw this meme on Instagram that was just like, I know this shit is not a choice because I still am attracted to men. And I'm like,
facts.
Straight white, with a straight white man. Okay? So like, yeah, love is love.
You said you hit the jackpot with this hubby. You hit the jackpot with this hubby. And it's interesting because I do think like people need to show what healthy relationships look like.
Yes.
Because it's a fucking choice. And I love what you say. You said something about like your family you didn't choose. Your husband you did. Like you better be choosing right. Because like you got to spend time with this man.
Yes. Why would you put your face in anybody's crotch that is just doing stupid stuff in the world? That is mean to you. No.
I wouldn't know what to do with anything like that, honey. Please. Pass. It's like I'm not dodging balls, but I'm dodging balls.
I love it.
Oh my God.
Just pass that ball.
Honey.
On all types of fields. But yeah, I mean, like, that's why I was like, I don't even know if I could do comedy because so many coworkers were like, do comedy. I would go to shows and people would always complain about their wife or the husband. They would always complain. They were sad. They were depressed. They were undiagnosed. They were broke. They didn't look like they were having good sex or good food. I like to live. I want to have good sex, good food. I want to have a good partnership. I want to look in your face and be like, I got you. You got me. I got you. And so I'm just like, I don't know if I can do comedy. I'm too happy for this shit.
Stay tuned. I'll be back in just a moment after this brief message from our sponsors. When I'm watching your comedy special, what I notice so much like what I was even talking to my partner, Sophia, about how incredible you are is like, you can act, honey. You can captivate an audience. Some people are just like comedians and, the way you land your jokes, the way you position your body, your face, like that takes work. That takes work. And you have transitioned to unscripted stuff. Like Honey is out here acting and doing her thing. You got more projects that are building right now. And, I want to talk about all these things. But it's not easy to be good at all these things you're good at. It takes a lot of work, and I don't think people get it.
Yeah.
But I think that's what separates you. Like, I am falling on every single word, not just because you're a comedian, like you're a genius. It's the way your presentation, the way when you started talking about going back and forth between your mom and being you, and then I was like, I was in it. I was in it. The way I fell out of my skin at least 10 times. I could not stop laughing because it's so good, because people just land the jokes and they wait for the audience reply. You're kind of like improving and going to different places. It's like you're shape shifting into different characters. I've never seen anything like it. It's good.
Yay,
Mama,
it's enjoying my shit.
Good.
Come on, 10 out of 10 stars.
Good.
Thank you. I'm going to the live rounds.
But tell me about it. Which do you prefer? Do you love being like inscripted and being, because you get redos. That's what I always say about an athlete. When I'm producing a lot more scripted and unscripted, it's like you don't get something right. You get another cut. Like you get to do it again. Yeah. Somebody fumbles. You get to. when you're live, you don't get to say, "Oh, I'm going to do," unless you're Adele. She's like, "Let me try that over. I didn't like it." That's the only
Yes.
person I've ever in a live event seen someone
Yeah.
stop and start again.
Yeah.
But what is the difference for you? What are you enjoying? What do you like? Or you just like the sweet spot of both?
I do like the sweet spot of both because it is just a way to connect with people and to perform. But, you know, for the Radio City Music Hall show, A Beautiful Mind, I was really, I was really betting on Black, LOL, because I, when you do a comedy special, you usually do like an early show and a late show, and then you edit the best moments out of both shows. I couldn't afford to do 2 shows at Radio City. I couldn't sell it out again. It's like 6,000 seats or something crazy. And so in my mind, I'm like, okay, we're going to do this like a live show. We're going to act like it's live. But I also like am a crazy person and used to be an editor. So I have like a third eye when I'm like editing sort of like an Adele moment. And there was a couple of times where I'm like, I'm going to take that black and you're going to laugh even harder and go. You know what I mean? And so like I'm directing the audience because I think a lot of times for comedians and performers, they get in their head and they think that the audience is not with them. They're not for them. They are with, instead, you know, like, and if they're not with you, they should go. They should leave, like no refunds. But for the most part, people want to see you win, or they don't know what they like. And so you have to show them. So it's your job as a performer to get up there and just be like, this is what I got. It's cute, right? Okay.
I do. I love it. I love it.
Instead of being mad at people for not laughing. If they're not laughing, then work on your joke.
Yeah, that part. And landing it correctly, because you do it beautifully. I mean, it's an art, honey. Listen, we're not going to even sugarcoat it. It's not that you're not going to get me standing up there. I mean, I'm a big believer that pressure is privilege. Not like that.
Yeah.
I'm in a team sport. Not all eyes are not always just on me.
But still, like when you have control of the field, doesn't it feel like eyes are on you? Like, can you hear the announcers like sing your name and talk about you and all the things that you've done and what you can do, what you've missed, and like it's like the stats take me out. I'm like, just talk about the good stuff.
Let's go.
What we doing? Why we talk about the misses? Talk about the other stuff.
Oh, it's so true. It's so true. But this, you know, what I do love about, you know, this podcast is wide open for a reason. Not only the sports part of it, but also the moments that open us up to challenge us, to change us. And I'm curious, like, what moment in your professional career has really cracked you, personal or career work? It doesn't matter. But what has cracked you open? Like, what is a moment where you're like, ooh, this is going to change the way I move forever?
I think it was such a hard road to have children, like the IVF, the traveling with needles, the crying out of nowhere on a TV set and just kind of like laughing and going with it like a crazy person. And everyone's like, you're such a good actor. I'm like, I have like 17 bruises and I don't know who I am. And the, you know, taking the plane back home from LA and pilot season in the middle seat, like about to have a miscarriage, hoping that I don't bleed all over the seat or
oh my gosh,
all the things. And for whatever reason, I just like knew that I was supposed to meet these souls. And I somehow knew that like comedy would be, I'd get back to myself. Comedy would be better and sweeter. And I would like find the unbridled joy and happiness that I had before, because it was dark for a little while. And like the minute, like the second those babies came out, and I was just like, I'm good. And then it was like blackout moment, taking care of them in the hospital room. And when I left that hospital room, I looked at these 4 walls and I'm like, I'm forever changed and I'm never going to be the same person. And thank God for that. And then even though I was tired and didn't sleep, I couldn't stop like washing things. And I even wrote a joke about it because it was true. Like I woke up in the middle of the night to change a diaper and I started to cry. And I was like, oh my God, baby girl has a penis. And my husband's like, that's the boy. And I was like, oh God. But like all the shit that was happening to me, I was like, you know, for better or for worse and stuff. And so it was really amazing to be on the other side. And I earned those stripes of being a tired mom. And I never even wanted to get married. I was just like, people get married for what? Okay. Like, I know it's like, it's also used as a tool of oppression, right? Love and happiness, which is like so fucking wild. And I was like, I never saw myself being married, but I always saw myself like taking care of kids, like just like very maternal. And so it was so like, what a gift that I found a partner out of like a one night stand from a country I couldn't even like pick, like find on a map. Holland? That's it.
Huh?
The fuck is that? I was like, Denmark? I can't? Like, what a dumb American.
Meatballs?
You know what I mean? I was like, Germany Lights? The Netherlands? You got to pick a name. That's too much. That's too much. So to find a partner from like this weird place, as far as I'm concerned, in the world, and then have like these amazing babies, I was like, oh, okay. I think I'm ready to fly now. And then I did like a 6-city tour with like babies and like was just running this hour and then did Butopia, Welcome to Butopia.
Yeah. And
I was like, I was already working, but like, I felt like in my DNA, I'm like, oh, this it. We're going to fly. Like, we're going to be okay. Because, you have kids, you do stand up. You're like, oh man, when's the next check coming? But I don't know. I never got bogged down with what's the next check. I'm just like, what do you want to talk about?
Yeah.
What's like the most important and exciting to do?
It's the ability to bet on yourself.
Yeah.
And I think there's real beauty in that. And I think that is the message to so many young women who feel stranded, stuck. Like, ooh, maybe I can't make this leap. Like when I feel on the other side of the ledge, the fear is where I get the most growth.
Yeah.
But like really betting on myself to get there, the bravery part. And we say this all the time to our kids. We're like, oh, you were so brave, this and that. But like, we don't talk to ourselves that way. And what I love is you really bet on yourself and look what it has given you. It has given you unconditional love and experience. Like your life is so rich and it's not material.
Correct.
It's the things that make you feel like it's your why and your purpose and it's legacy and it's what we chase and it's so beautiful.
100%, because even getting bogged down and feeling like you need the material things is still a form of patriarchal control of what you should have and not have, instead of looking within, And so but I always felt like I was weird and different, and I'm like, I'll take it. I'm weird and different. Like I don't need to have the body that everybody's talking about because I like my body. I don't need to have the house everyone's talking about because I like this apartment just fine. And so I always think about Julia Roberts in Runaway Bride when Richard Gere's just like, how you like your eggs? And she's like, I don't know. Do you remember that?
I totally remember it.
Yeah.
I totally remember it because I had to ask myself the same question after I retired. It was like, what makes me happy outside of the game? Who am I outside of now being a parent and being a retired professional athlete? Like, I had to like ask myself some real fucking serious questions. Like, what makes me happy? Not money, not success, not trophies. Like, I need to figure out like how many people, first off, retire at, 37 and have to start over? Like, I dedicated my whole fucking life to my craft. Right. And then I had to figure out who I was outside of it. Like, it's super confronting. Like, you got to ask some hard questions and you got to slow down to actually be able to get to the root of it. Like, there's a lot of growth that goes into that people, like, they don't know. They only see the highlight reels. They only see the good. And I think that's a big part of giving, the realness and the vulnerability in the work both of us do. It's like, that's where you really meet people where they're at.
Yep.
It doesn't have to be, it's the fun. It doesn't have to be polished. We're fucking messy people. We just are. It's the human experience.
Yep. And it's good.
And it's good. It's where
And
the
it's
juice
real good.
is. Yeah.
It is. The juice is worth the squeeze if you can slow the fuck down
Yeah, exactly.
and ask yourselves questions. Yes.
Exactly. And the last thing I want to ask before we tie this all up in a bow is I love the way you take up space. And it's powerful, it's contagious, it's impactful. For anyone listening right now who does feel like they're too much or too loud or too different, too gay, too big, too small,
Yeah.
too ambitious, what would you tell them?
Thank God for that.
Honey.
Thank God for that. Yeah. I mean, not everybody will get you, but that's okay. You still taught them something. You know,
Period.
you still taught them something. So please keep doing you. And that goes for, anyone who is trying to figure out their journey. And that goes for any parent who's trying to figure out their kid's journey or like a family member's journey. You know what I mean? It's like, as long as you love somebody, no matter what, then everything is possible.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is possible. But
It's
you
beautiful.
have to come from a place of love. Yeah. But now I have so many follow-up questions for you. Like, what questions were you asking yourself? And did it take you a long time? And what were the questions people were asking you that you're just like, calm down? Or like, what questions were like a trigger for you?
I think I got so used to suffering. I think I got so comfortable in suffering. It felt like home. Like I was a machine. I was built to be a machine. Like I wanted success, success, success. I needed the next game, the next trophy. I guess when I reflect on my career, it was like, did I enjoy it? Did I take time to pause and like be my biggest fan? I don't know if I did. I was just riding it till the wheels fell off because I needed to float my life and help my family and take care of kids. And I never came up for air. And I look back and I'm a 40-year-old woman now and I don't have to chase shit anymore. I just sometimes have to be. I have to be fully present. And I was asking myself for a long time, like, why am I not happy? Like, I just want happiness. I just want peace.
Yes.
I want ease.
Yes.
And I think sometimes we're always chasing something and we're not taking time to really listen to why the fuck we're doing it in the first place. Are we doing it to fall in line? Are we doing it because this is what society tells us? Like, I was just so brainwashed into wanting more. I had to be hungry. I had to dig deeper. That was never enough. And then so much of my life passed me by and I'm like, fuck, dude. It was like, was I even there?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want that to happen with my kids. I stopped playing. I love being a mom. And I'm proud of it. And I'm proud of the way I show up. I'm proud of the way I put them first. I'm proud of the way I care for them in a way that makes them feel safe. And like these are things like that's what it's about for me.
Yeah.
And I'm proud that I'm doing the work to make sure I'm the best version for them that I can be. And I think that's legacy for me. It's just about the relationship of building a better life for them. I just want a better life for them than I had.
Oh, that's so beautiful. That is so beautiful. And you are.
Well, I appreciate you so much for taking time out of your day to talk to us, to really peel back the layers. And I just want to thank you for showing up and taking up space because it's something that us women shouldn't apologize for.
Yeah.
It's something we should celebrate. And I think the more we can talk about that, the better off we'll be in general. So thank you for being here, Michelle. I really appreciate all the things you do and how you show up and how you're so open and vulnerable. And we're so grateful to have you on Wide Open. So thanks for being here, Michelle.
Oh my God. My heart is full and my pants are tight.
Thank
you.
Bong.
Thank you.
Of course, of course, of course. And we appreciate everyone being here, and we'll see you next week on another episode of Wide Open. Michelle, thank you so much for being on. What a beautiful conversation. Honestly, you make people laugh for a living. But what I think is so special about your work is that you also make people feel seen. Thank you for showing us that taking up space isn't something we should apologize for. It's something we should celebrate. Everyone, go watch Survival of the Thickest, support Michelle's work, and remember, the things that make you different are often the things that make you unforgettable. We'll see you next time on Wide Open.